Hey everybody, welcome to Halfbeard's Hut's Heads Up. Today we're checking out Into the Stars, they're pitching this is like FTL but in 3D, and it is technically that. I don't think they quite got what made FTL so good, and let's just say I'm not really into this. It's in early access though, so who knows, they might fix it. Anyways, let's just, we'll jump in. We'll start a new mission here. You pick a character portrait, you pick a bio. Gives you a basic opening kind of boost here. We're gonna go with this one that just makes everything kind of better. Pick a name. I got a name. There you go. And this is where it gets interesting. Rather than picking a ship, you instead pick modules. Each one of these, you kind of need one of each of these 9 modules, and you can kind of grab some other stuff as well. But you need one of each, and there are a variety of different modules within each. And what they determine is the amount of credits they're going to cost, because as you can see, you only have 1,000 credits total to build your ship. And the amount of elements it will need to run. So, you know, basic life support can run on CO2, but I can also, I can grab a cheaper one that allows me to run it on CO2 and biomass. Or I can grab another cheaper one that allows me to run it on CO2 and nitrogen. It's kind of spreading out my resource use. I'm going to go with the basic one, though. I'm more or less going to go with the basic one for all of these. And you can see there's kind of that similar stuff for all that crap. And they, for things that are not just like strict, it gives you a thing. Stuff like the engine or your weapons that have variables, you can see the different stuff will not only change your elements, but also like what you're getting out of it. So, for example, this changes the top speed. I'm gonna go with the one with the highest top speed because one of this game's biggest problems is that it is slow. It is ungodly slow, and that can be a real issue. So let's see what we got here: nitrogen, hydrogen, and nitrogen, or just straight nitrogen. We're gonna go with, I don't know, I'm fine with just the basic versions for pretty much all of these. Let's see. Uses nitrogen, but comes at a higher price tag, resource consumed. We'll go with this one, because that way now I can use nitrogen for 2 different things, saving me a little bit of cash. A little bit of cash spent using magnesium instead. That's what I would normally use for that particular thing. Anyways, what else am I doing? I'm grabbing a laser, sure, basic laser. I'm grabbing a torpedo, sure, basic torpedo. I'm grabbing a shield, sure, basic shield. What do I have left? I've got enough to grab 1 cargo bay and then a smaller cargo bay. What have I got? Yeah, I can get, in fact, I can get one with both of these. No, that's fine. I got some extra cargo space. And then you get to pick your starting elements. You can pull as much crap as you can off of Earth. If you're wondering the plot here, this big ship here is an Ark. It is filled with human settlers. We're taking them to the other end of the galaxy to settle on another planet because an evil insect race known as the Scorn is trying to destroy humanity and is, I guess, taking over Earth or whatever. So we're trying to go settle this new planet. That's our goal. So let's get to it. Let's get some elements on this ship. As you can see, I have to very slowly hold the button to fill up 2,000 space worth of hydrogen. And yes, this is really annoying. It's not fun. It's super slow to do this, but it's the only way. I'd really like for them to add in the spot where I can just type in 2,000 there, because that would be way better. Especially because it's really easy to just overshoot it, and if you're like me, you know, you're a little OCD about it, you gotta get it just right on the dot. You know, you can't have 2001 hydrogen, you gotta have 2,000 hydrogen, or else the bugs come back. So, yeah, that's fun. That's totally fun. I have 1,000 CO2, 1,000 biomass, so that way we've got plenty of food, and we've got plenty of oxygen, so that way the settlers won't yell at me for not having, you know, for letting them die. That's what I was gonna say. Whatever. If I don't sound like I'm enjoying this again, it's because I got some problems with this one. This game is not great. It's not great in my eyes. We'll get into the exact reasons why once we get into the gameplay, but there's just they were trying something here. This is the game that focuses, I would say, too much on the vastness of space, and it forgets there's a reason why most games will give you warp speed. In fact, this game explicitly at the start says, "Oh no, our warp thing is broken. You don't have warp. I guess you're just gonna have to go there the old-fashioned way." And then, Then you get some people. You can see it's giving us a whole big list of people here. With this stuff's all randomized. Their names, their bios here, I'm assuming, are randomized. And then these portraits are the same portraits you can pick for a captain. It just kind of randomly picks them out. Regardless, we need to pick 6 crew members. There are 6 stats, so you just click on the stat grab the best person for that stat, and keep doing this until you have 6. Because why would you ever, like, try to get someone who's balanced in all of them? Just get the best one for each, and then you're settled for all possible scenarios. I've got somebody for every one of those things, which is mining, command, engineering, piloting, medical stuff, and tough. Which, fuck if I know what tough is. It's not really used for anything in the game, so it's just like an extra crew member, basically. It's your red shirt, I guess. Because this game definitely does have a bit of a Star Trek-y aspect to it. It does like to do, kind of have that idea. So yeah, here we are. We managed to blah, 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 escape the score, and I don't care about the controls. Here we are. This is space. I'm not going to hold. Right now, we're not moving. And, right about now. That's probably about full speed. Yeah. You can see we're moving at about, like, we're barely moving. We're going, but we're not trying to get just, like, to that asteroid. We're trying to get... You can see my entry, my big captain map here. We're trying to get all the way over here. And it takes a really long time. You can see we are at this, right now, this is full speed. It is not fast. This should be basic speed. But no, this is... Worst part is, this is the fastest engine, too. This is... The problem with this game, the thing that makes FTL really good, is that it has an immediacy to it. You're kind of always doing something. You're going to the next nodule to see the next thing, to either fight some guys or deal with like a weird planet that's got crap happening on it, or buying stuff at a place. You're doing stuff all the time. The only time you're stopped in FTL is because you're stopped on purpose doing a thing. With this game, no, you are slowly crawling from planet to planet, kind of dealing with minor stuff in between, like this. We just had a fuzzy raccoon infestation where I can go slowly assign a crew member to it. It's a command thing, so I'll just take my best command guy and go like, hey, go fix that problem, and he's gonna go fix that problem. And everything's happening in real time. I didn't mean to do that. Everything's happening in real time. You know, stuff is happening as you're flying the ship and whatnot. And I can fly the ship while I'm doing other stuff. I can go into this menu here, my engineering menu. I can go repair stuff. But while I'm doing that, you can see I'm moving the window around inside. I'm still controlling the ship. And yeah, and you're just slowly going from planet to planet and ship to ship, just trying to find things to do as you get to the other end of the universe. On that note, let's show some of the stuff you can do. Go to this first planet. I believe it's called Aurelius. Yup. And you can do 3 things on every planet. You can drop a resource probe, you can drop a mining rig, you can drop a shuttle team. We'll do them all. Start off with a resource probe, just because what we need to send our best pilot to pilot this thing. Always, you're going to need to have people doing stuff on these missions. It's always kind of dependent on their stats. So in this case, we need good piloting stats. This guy's our pilot. He's got an 89% chance of making this work. It's going to cost me 50 hydrogen no matter what, though. And I'll have to watch this little animation. And it did it. Great. And just, the probe's really easy. You just immediately get some stuff. We got all this cool stuff. Isn't that great? Got some hydrogen, CO2. Got a bit of everything. We're just going to take it with us. Mining rig works a little different. Instead of it just being a probe you're setting up remotely, you are actually needing to send people down to the planet. So, have a pilot, have a mining guy, and they will go down to the planet. Again, we'll get to watch them. Except this time we'll get to see a nice little animation of them going down to the planet. You'll notice I sent a Hispanic man down to the planet. That is not a Hispanic man. That is clearly a lady. Yep. I think he's Hispanic. I might be wrong. I don't know. Anyways, we made it down. Now we get to do this really shitty minigame where we direct a little probe through collecting minerals, hoping the probe will last long enough to collect as much as it can. Better probes will last longer and be able to take more damage. If it hits a red block, it will survive, but will take some damage. If it hits a solid, like, gridded red block, it's just boom, blows up, as you saw. And you get to take all the stuff you got back, if you got room for it. Because I bought a specific kind of shuttle, I'm only able to bring in so much. If I had used the other kind of shuttle, the one that was worked on whatever it was, I would be able to bring in 500 stuff back rather than just 300 stuff, but whatever, it's fine. We'll bring in extra nitrogen, and we'll fill up the rest with CO2, call it good. And then the last thing you can do is send out a shuttle. And this requires a pilot, somebody to do command stuff, but clearly my commander's off doing a thing, so we'll bring this guy who's also got some command to him, and then we'll bring our medical officer as well, which I believe is this lady. Yep.
Good conditions.
And again, we launch. And this thing actually kind of bugs me. So you send a shuttle team down, and they get this map here, and you get to pick only one of these. You only get one chance at the shuttle. You can do a probe or a mining rig as many times as you want, but you only send the shuttle down once. And you pick one of these. I will say fish species, because that sounds interesting. You say, oh, this looks kind of interesting. Maybe we can do this. But I press return, and now I can't do it. I only had a 69% chance of doing it, so I was like, oh, I probably can't do that. I'll leave it alone. I don't want to fail it. So I pressed return. Didn't take me back to the map to go pick a different thing. No. It takes me back to the ship, and then it won't let me go back down. I've wasted my shuttle thing. That sucks. I should get to fully explore the planet. But no. Anyways, some people are cold. I should fix that. Civilian hypothermia. Where's my medical person? You, medical person. Go fix this problem. She's fixing the problem. Back to the captain's chair. Get the speed going again. So obviously that's a bit of a relative term here. Speed.
Engines at full power.
We'll go back out to the ship view. You have two ship views. You have this view here, where you are locked to the back of this damn thing. The boot of this big-ass ship. But if you press the middle mouse button, you'll go out to this view where you can kind of actually control it a little bit. But it's still not perfect. You still don't get, like, a good, proper, like, I would call it a proper, like, vehicle driving view of this thing. It's just yeah. Where am I even going? I'm gonna go to that planet over there. That seems like a place to go. You kind of just bounce from planet to planet looking for minerals. Because you are not able to bring enough minerals with you at the start to actually ensure that you can make it to your destination. You have to stop at various places along the way. You also just saw their yellow alert. That's the Scorn chasing me. Just like FTL, the alien menace will slowly kind of creep forward over time, and you need to be ready for that, because as they creep forward, you'll eventually get into encounters with them. We should hopefully see one soon enough. Because I'm taking this detour to go see this thing, we'll eventually get to see some combat. Which is good, because the combat's slightly interesting, though not that interesting. One problem I've noticed with this game, just like with the speed, like, you don't have enough capabilities to do anything. You move slow, your weapons don't fire very fast, they're not very strong, your ship doesn't charge, your shield doesn't charge fast enough. Like, it's all just, you are put at a disadvantage right away, and there's not enough opportunities to really fix it, so send out another shuttle team. This works the same, where again, I could cancel and then, oh, I guess we didn't explore the shuttle. Fucking stupid. So anyways, I'm getting mad for no reason now. Put some guys in there. Let's go visit this ship. And you'll find, you'll find these various ships out there. Sometimes you'll find ruined arcs where you can get some extra passengers or some extra scrap or whatever. Sometimes you'll find aliens out and about, and those aliens will trade with you for stuff, which is pretty handy. In this case, I found a neat new engine. This engine runs on nitrogen instead of hydrogen, which is nice. And in fact, it runs on less of it. However, its top speed is lower than my current engine, so no. I'll keep blowing through hydrogen like nobody's business in order to move that much faster. Like, that's the sad thing. This is the fast engine. It's depressing to me. Let's go. Oh, drug dealers spotted. We should probably stop the drug dealers. Nobody wants drug dealers on the ship. Also, we'll get to fight some Scorn soon, so that's good. Because I don't want to play too much more of this, so I will. I didn't mean to set that guy there. Like, I was just looking at the problem. I was trying to just look at the problem, and instead it's made it so now I'm doing that guy. And I can't switch it out. Once you've got one guy dealing with it, you can't go send another guy to go, like, sub in for him. You're stuck with that dude. Ugh. Ah! There's a lot of shitty UI things here. It's a real fucking bummer. Let's start moving forward. My engine's moving. Try to get out of the orange zone so we don't get attacked by Scorn. Or maybe we will. I don't know. I kind of like us to be attacked by Scorn, frankly. Show some of the gameplay. Cool. Go ahead towards that planet, I guess. Why not? You can see I've got my tallies here for civilians and oxygen and food. And things will happen to affect those as time goes on. Yep. Come on, Scorn. There we go. That's an enemy ship. You don't just always run into one. Sometimes you run into groups of them. But combat's always the same. And if you're running the Scorn, they always will fight you. And the way this works is, yeah, you can see you're setting up, just like with putting guys in shuttles, you're setting up dudes to go in different places. We want a command guy to go here to watch my shields. We want an engineering guy to man my torpedoes. Another engineering guy to man my lasers. And a medical officer to manage my hull. Where's my medical officer? This is my medical officer. There we go. And this is weird. So we've got, you can go away, hint system. I know how this works. You've got your laser cannon, your torpedoes, and your deflector shield. They're all charging naturally over time. You've also got frequencies for each of them, which mean different colors. Hitting an enemy with the same color will not do anything. It'll deflect it. And this guy, at the same time, I can also put up my shield of a different specific frequency and deflect enemy shots. I was able to deflect that laser because I put up a red shield. So you kind of gotta constantly be watching their colors, changing your frequencies as you go to actually do some damage. Like because I used a blue laser, I did some damage. But if I used a yellow laser there, it wouldn't have done anything because his shield is yellow. Similarly, because he threw at a red laser and I blocked with a red shield, it blocked his thing. Like it's rock paper scissors, but kind of tedious, basically.
Enemy fire deflected.
Cool. Like yeah, it gives you a lot of room on that deflection there. It's not too much of an issue. Nope, I gotta switch my frequencies on these. But as you can see, like this stuff doesn't move very fast. And you can see, like, none of my stuff does that much damage. And this is, like, the base weakest guy we're fighting. It's not...
Enemy shot deflected.
It doesn't move with any decent speed, even fighting the weakest enemy unit in the game. All you can kind of do is just whack on it and hope it'll eventually die with this pretty simple combat. There's not like items or anything you can use, not in combat. Just more of this. I think, well, you could technically go into your engineering during combat and go heal, but obviously you don't want to do that because combat's still happening outside. You're still getting attacked. So that's an issue. Like, you can go into your engineering and use items to heal up your ship, but if you're doing that in combat, you're immediately gonna get just hit more. You can see I can also go pick on his weapons or his shields. That's the other thing I can do. That's worthwhile in some cases, not most. Also, you notice guys miss a lot. Even though I've got like my best engineering guy on my torpedoes, engineering being the thing that ensures accuracy. No, just suck. They just suck.
Our shot was blocked.
Oh hey, the guy changed his shield while I wasn't paying attention. Great. Like, why couldn't it just be rock, paper, scissors with, like, deflector shields, torpedoes, and lasers? Like, fucking change the color again. This whole frequency thing seems just unnecessarily fiddly.
Enemy fire deflected.
Ah! Like, he's got this one tiny bit of health left, and it's just a matter of me eventually hitting him. Eventually I will. Fuck, he changed his fucking frequency just as I hit the button. There we go, that'll do it. God damn it. So that's combat. Combat's not super fun, but it's kind of interesting at the very least. You kill a guy, you get some stuff off of him. Some enhancement and some scrap. I'll show that stuff now, I guess. You go into your engineering core. You can spend scrap to just repair bits of your ship if your hull has been damaged, or your various systems, you can fix them that way. And you also get these enhancements over time from enemies and also from trade, and these will allow you to enhance your systems. In this case, I can reduce the operating cost, or I could use this one to increase the health of a system. You also notice one other thing that this bugs me. If, like, look at the way the text is highlighting, as though I were looking at this in an internet browser or something. That's bad. I know this is early access, but it bugs me. It's been doing this ever since I first started playing the game, and it looks cheap, looks tacky, and it looks shitty. Anyways, move forward to another planet. There really isn't much else to show. I've kind of shown all the systems in this game at this point. You do combat, you do some mining, you do some basic ship stuff. Occasionally you will find... Let's go into this menu here. So that way I can scroll out a little bit and get a better look at what's around me. Oh, come on. There we go. Whoa, there we go. Yeah, that's not great. Occasionally you will do trading, but it's literally just like a yes-no decision. It's not gameplay. It's not really much there. Oh, I know. Something bad is happening. Life support module is on fire. God, so slow. You, engineering guy, go fix it. You, mining guy, go learn. Back to the captain's chair. We'll go look at this planet. It's just very slow. Again, like there's an immediacy to FTL that makes it good. It's a similar game. It uses the same kind of ideas of collecting resources, kind of bouncing from planet to planet, trying to escape an oncoming alien fleet. Like, it's, again, very similar ideas. I get where the comparison of 3D FTL comes from, why the developers themselves, as well as a few other people have called it that. But the quick strategic fun of FTL is not here. I don't feel like I'm quickly moving from place to place. I don't feel the tension that I get from FTL. And similarly, I don't feel like I've got the strategy I get in FTL. The combat is dead fucking simple. You are changing frequencies and you're just constantly attacking guys. Yeah, you could attack their ship, their shields or their weapons, and yeah, sometimes you'll be fighting multiple guys and oh, you'll need to attack certain ones first. It's not fucking rocket science. It doesn't have that fun of like, I'm gonna move some guys into the medical base so that way I can then vent my entire ship and have these aliens get sucked into space, or I'm going to attack this search system here so that way I can remove their sensors so that way I can then sneak another attack onto somewhere else, or teleport some guys into their ship. Like, there's so many possibilities in FTL and there's none of that here. I feel almost mean to compare the two, but I wasn't the one who chose to make that comparison, so whatever. Send this commander down and pick a medical officer. This time I'll actually go do the thing, rather than having nothing happen. And again, it still bugs me that you can only explore a planet once. It's a big planet, why can I only go once? Silly. And the problem is, like, none of you can't see what these are. Like, I can't highlight these and get a little preview of what this is. Once I click on it, that's it. I'm committed to looking at shipwreckage. If I press back on shipwreckage, I'm back on the ship. Like, it's fuck. Pisses me off. But yeah, shipwreckage, sure. Chance of success, 94. Go for it. Maybe we'll find a better engine. The wreckage was full of useful items. And by full of useful items, I mean it had a single item. A new module? No, I didn't even get a new module. I could mine, but... Ah, fuck it, I'll mine. Why not? Send, same pilot guy, same mining guy. Go for it. It's always those two same ladies manning the stations, by the way. None of that ever randomizes. None of the graphics in this game change up based on your crew. Which really bugs me. Like, the fact that they have you pick a crew and they're based on portraits and stuff like that. The fact that it's always these same people in the cockpit kind of just makes this feel kind of bland. This whole experience feels kind of bland. Like, there's very little flavor to this. The alien designs look kind of cool. That's the one thing I'll give it, is when the few small times I've seen alien designs, the aliens have looked pretty badass. But those are few and far between. Alright, I found some stuff. Cool. Leaving now. Threat level yellow. Let's get out of here before we have to do more of that kind of not super fun combat. Oh, resource storage breach. That's not good. Let's go fix that while I continue to control the ship. I will say controlling the ship while doing this stuff is kind of neat. Like, it's a minor thing, but it's kind of neat. The fact that I'm able to do that. But it's not enough to really make this that interesting. Again, this is full speed. Show you how far we are on the map, too. You know when we started playing, we've only made it 3 sectors forward. And it's not a straight line. You could do a straight line. These sectors here are like red. There's a bunch of shit there. You end up having to like do weird zigzags and get around. So no, it takes a while. Oh, look, there's an alien ship we can talk to. Let's end with that. Let's end with talking to that alien ship. Because we can do that fairly easily. We can get there. We can go talk to that guy. Show you what some of the alien designs look like. Because again, I think the aliens look okay. That's like one of the few nice things I have to say about this game. And I don't mean to be overly mean about this. I do think there is some merit here. Again, like, the concepts are good. They've been proven to be good in FTL. It's just the things that make FTL good, the more intangible qualities, the deep strategy and speed and immediacy of that game, it's just not here. So that comparison is bad, and then the things this game does do on its own, just it's not great. Like the one thing you could say is that it makes space feel big, but I don't necessarily want space to feel big. It just feels tedious in the way it's presented here. The fact that this is the fastest you can go, at least at the start, it's off. It's not good, and there's no reliable way to get a good engine like soon. You don't know that you're gonna get a good engine any sooner than the one you get right at the start. Like this is just kind of it. So we found an alien. Let's go talk to him. Thankfully, the alien ships that are friendly will stop once they see you're kind of tracking after them, so you can get close enough. Eventually, slowly limp your way over there and talk to them. So kind of yeah, Tarek the Thunderous. You get these cool Threk guys, and they got a couple different alien races. They all got decent looking designs, and they'll offer you some stuff. We give him some hydrogen. We'll get a bunch of CO2. Sure, why not? And he's like, oh, thanks, man. You're cool. And he takes the fuck off. He's got a warp drive. Why can't I have a warp drive? Anyways, that's Into the Stars. It's in early access. Who knows? Maybe they'll fix all of my problems with this game, and this will be an entirely different thing when this is out. I hope so. That'd be nice. So at the same time, like, part of me just says, yeah, it'd be great if they fix these problems, but then what makes it different from FTL? If it suddenly becomes quick and immediate, it's got all this deep strategy in the combat, and it's still all these sorts of things doing the same kind of gameplay loop, then what makes it just not a clone of FTL? And the answer is not a ton. So, bit of a catch-22, I guess.
Approaching vessel.
Yeah. It does look nice, at least, though. It looks pretty nice. So, take solace in that. Yeah, $20 on Steam, early access. If you want it, it is available. And that is that. As always, I've been yours, Halfbeard, and we're out of here. Later, guys.
Yellow alert. Scorn tracking our position.
Hey everyone, I hope you enjoyed that piece of Halfbeard's HUD content. We can't thank you enough for taking the time to watch it. That said, I did want to take a moment to let you all know that we do have both a Patreon page as well as a PayPal link on our website if you're interested in donating to us. Those donations will allow us to improve our recording equipment, cover the games that publishers don't send us, and take things a step further with new features such as a revived Halfbeard's HUD podcast. Our goal has always been to provide you with reliable and enjoyable content, and your support would really help us pursue that in even bigger and better ways. Thanks again for watching, and have a good one.